Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Jess. Bitcoin has broken back above $60,000, a key high time from resistance on the macro charts, and is going in for another retest of our month-long downtrend. So in today's video, we're going to talk about the possibility of an actual breakout here and what that would mean on both the short time frame and high time frame, as well as the potential for yet another rejection back downwards and how to confirm that bearish continuation. We'll also dive into the total cryptocurrency market cap to talk about the overall strength of the crypto markets and the upcoming parabolic season. Before we get into all that though, make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel to get regular Bitcoin analysis every Wednesday and Saturday, and ring that notification button to make sure you never miss an episode. Alrighty guys, so before we dive into any sort of future potential scenarios, the very first thing we need to talk about is what on earth has happened. So in my very last video, things weren't looking all that great, right? We were forming a descending triangle pattern, telling us that there was a very high likelihood of seeing a breakdown of our key support level here at $60,000. So that's what we saw. We moved down, we broke down $60,000, but we ended up bouncing in the last 24 hours on this key level of support here at $56,600. If you guys missed the bounce, feel free to join my free Telegram channel where I talked about all these subsequent levels of support. But so basically what's happened is we've reclaimed this key level of support here at $60,000, right? And that's exceptionally bullish. And we've gone back to retest this high time frame downtrend here that started on the 8th of April, right? So it's a very strong downtrend. We've had 4 points of rejection from this downtrend. So breaking that would obviously have some very significant bullish consequences. But first, let's talk about the significance of the $60,000 level. Obviously, this is a huge range here, $60,000 to $70,000. We were in it for a very, very long time, 2 months that we were traveling just sideways within the range. And below $60,000 at these $57,000 or $56,000 levels over here, realistically, all we could expect in terms of a bullish case scenario was a retest of the base of the range. But now that we're back within the range, anywhere above the range, so back above $60,000, the expectation or the bullish expectation here is a retest of the top of the range, right? So $73,000. So it's very optimistic and it's looking quite good. And all of the buying pressure that we've seen here at $57,000 has also caused a massive shift in momentum. So RSI has flipped back to being positive and we've broken back above this coinciding downtrend on the RSI. And so in general, things are looking quite likely for a breakout over here. And so let's talk about those bullish targets and where we should go in that bullish scenario. So assuming we get the breakout of this downtrend, I'm literally talking about it as it's happening, but assuming we get the breakout of this downtrend and, we manage to sustain that move, the very first target we have on the short time frame is $67,000, right? This range over here. So we can see that it's a level of resistance from these 2 prior rejections over here, right? And $67,000 is also the midline of our parallel channel, right? If you take a look at the bottom here to that $73,000, this dotted line represents the exact middle of the range. So breaking above $67,000, that short time frame range of resistance, tells us that first of all, Bitcoin is now occupying these upper ranges of this high time frame parallel channel, and also that the directional continuation for this breakout should take us to $73,000 and above. And the reason why I say above $73,000 is because if we go back out and we go into a high time frame chart, let's say a daily chart, if we get this breakout here and we touch 73, it'll be the very first, this will be the very first time that we are testing that high time frame range of resistance at $73,000 from a position of strength rather than a position of weakness. And I can explain this on the RSI. So historically, every single time that we've touched $73,000, the very first time we touched $73,000, the very first thing we saw was bearish divergence on the RSI. So we were approaching a new all-time high, yes, but we were doing it with massive amounts of bullish exhaustion, right? Momentum was dropping, strength of the market was dropping, and buying pressure was dropping. So naturally, we weren't going to push past that level at that point in time. And every moment since testing those higher ranges of resistance, again, we have just been losing momentum, right? We have been within that downtrend and losing strength and buying pressure the entire time. But most recently, we've actually managed to break out of this high time frame downtrend, this 2-month-long downtrend on the RSI. So momentum has massively shifted to the upside. Buying volume has massively shifted. And if we test $73,000, that will be the very first time that we are touching that level of resistance from a position of actually gaining strength rather than losing strength. So the likelihood of getting that breakout then when we touch 73 is a lot higher than it has been historically in the last 2 to 3 months. So that gives you an idea of what the short time frame targets are. So on the short time frame, obviously if we get that breakout, $67,000 is our very first target. That is our key resistance level on the short time frame. And then on the macro charts, assuming that we get a continuation above 67,000, we've gotten that breakout, then we are looking for a break above 73 because that's what's looking most likely in terms of what we're seeing right now. But obviously $73,000 is a long while away and there's a lot of price action to cover before we get there. So before we get carried away, let's go back to the short time frame and talk about what would confirm a bearish continuation. So what will we need to see to tell us that, all right, this move's over, we're going down. So going back to the 4-hour time frame, the real key thing that we're looking for here is this horizontal level down at the local low. So $56.6 thousand. Even if we reject from the downtrend, right? Assuming, we don't get a breakout here. If we reject from the downtrend and we go as low as $56,000, as long as we bounce on 56 or anywhere above maybe $60,000, now that we've had a support resistance flip of $60,000, if we bounce at either one of these levels, there is still a strong likelihood for a directional continuation above the downtrend because, like I said, we have seen that positive momentum flip. That buying volume, that aggressive buying pressure that we were looking for has finally been seen on the RSI. So overall, the likelihood is pretty good. And it's also telling us, all these recent moves have told us that the support that we have down at these levels close to $60,000, even at $57,000, are very, very strong. The fact that we didn't even stay below $60,000 for more than a couple days, like it was just 24 hours, went right down to 56, immediately bounced and went right back to that downtrend, right? That is a huge sign of strength, okay? So even if we reject from the downtrend here, as long as we hold those horizontal levels of support, things are still looking quite good. Realistically, the only thing that's going to confirm a strong move downwards and an invalidation of, what we're seeing right now is a move below our key level of support. So that horizontal trigger point right now is $56.6 thousand. If we lose our local low, then, again, it validates the downtrend once again, okay? And then the next target for that bearish continuation is our key level of support at $52,000, with the lowest point being 50.6. But as I said, guys, I do think that the bearish continuation scenario is less likely than the bullish one. What I do think we will most likely see is a retest of either 60 or 56 as a basic support first, because we have only just managed to get that support resistance flip. So it's very likely that we'll go back down, test this as a basic support, gain enough strength there, hopefully the RSI stays above the uptrend, and then we get that big breakout then. So that's Bitcoin in a nutshell for you guys. Let's move on to total cryptocurrency market cap to talk about the strength of the entire crypto market. So the reason why I wanted to talk about total crypto market cap is because I've been seeing a lot of posts lately about how the top's in, how, crypto's like not going up anymore and blah, 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 blah. And the main thing I wanted to point out to you guys is this level over here, 2.06 trillion, okay? And the main reason why it's so important is because it represents a lot of yearly or high time frame key support levels for Bitcoin and altcoins and yada, yada, yada. If you pull up an altcoin chart that's been around for at least a year or something, it will have a yearly support level or some form of yearly support levels where a break above triggers, a much higher potential of going, parabolic, and a break below tells us that we're going down to those all-time lows and all those kinds of bearish levels, right? And they coincide with this over here, right? So recently we can see Bitcoin broke below $60,000 and deviated to 56.6, and we can see total cryptocurrency market cap deviated below 2.06 trillion, right? So it represents a lot of support levels. And the reason why I say that total cryptocurrency market cap and crypto in general still has a lot of strength is because of the way we keep reacting to this level over here, right? So we've retested this base, this threshold trigger point 3 times now, and all 3 times the rejection or the bounce from this level has been so aggressive, guys. If we take a look just at the candlesticks, right, like even if we zoom in on a daily chart, let's go into a daily chart. the rejection from the most recent move has been pretty much immediate, right? We never actually managed to sustain a high time frame move into this range of resistance, and we break above it very, very quickly. Okay, so there's a lot of support. There's still a lot of buying pressure that's happening right now. And if we pull up the the RSI on the total cryptocurrency market cap, we can see as well that buying volume is increasing for all coins, Bitcoin included, altcoins included, right? We've broken above that downtrend. So at some point, we will see this downtrend break on total cryptocurrency market cap and hopefully reclaim this, upwards trajectory overall. If we take a look at Bitcoin dominance right now, we can see Bitcoin's just finished rallying. Bitcoin dominance is increasing. So what we'll see next is Bitcoin finish rallying, so potentially we see that drop. Bitcoin dominance will drop as altcoins go upwards, and then we'll see this breakout of this trend line over here. So maybe don't let anyone panic you just yet into the fact that the top's in. I don't know if that is a very true statement. Alrighty guys, that is everything I had to say for today. If you enjoyed the video or you learned something, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel down below. And if you want even more content, I do have a free Telegram channel where you guys can get daily Bitcoin updates as well as crypto and economic news. If you're interested in my VIP channel, check out more details over here. VIP gives you exclusive access to my personal trade setups, including entry points, stop losses and targets, as well as trade justifications and a risk management and trading journal. If you are a trader, don't forget to sign up down below to BitGet and BingX to get 15% off your trading fees. Hope you guys have a really great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.